Hey, thanks so much for clicking on this video and welcome to the Haves and the Have-Nots review here on YouTube. If you're a fan of Tyler Perry, you've come to the right place. Be sure to click that subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content on the channel. And also check me out on these social media platforms, and links in the description below will lead you to my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook group, and Facebook page. Once again, thanks for joining in and enjoy the video. All right, have and have not fans. Now, this is probably going to be a subject that's going to be in two videos. I'll decide it, in a little bit, the further I get into this video, but it has to do with the Malones and if they're going to end up paying for what they did to Benny. Now, on one side, you have Derrick, who will not be happy at all to see the woman he cares about in tears over her son clinging to his life in a hospital bed. And he's probably going to want to do something about it. I mean, look at the fact that he even told Benny he's going to handle it, by tracking the guy that was sent over to attack Hannah and make sure he wouldn't do it again. Now, with Hannah being in a situation where luckily she made it out almost unscathed, I think, really she was a bit shaken, not stirred. But with Benny, he's literally clinging to his life, and that's going to tear up Hannah. Derrick ain't going to be having that. And then on the flip side, you have Candace, who's going to be furious that the only person she really cares about who's still alive is laying, in a hospital bed clinging to his life. So with her resources being pretty much almost as limited as Jim's at this point, she is with the president-elect. So I'm pretty sure she's going to, or even Charles, without even being asked, will look into this to see whoever did this will pay for their crime. So let's just focus on Derrick in this video. Now, I think it goes without saying that Derrick does have a posse he can pull from when you think about it. I mean, I'm still thinking about that list that he handed off to Veronica earlier this season with a name. I'm just going to say the names of his former associates who are, well, known for criminal activity. And if a job needs to get done, those are the people to call. I feel like we might actually see Derrick and his crew versus the Malones. I think that will be one hell of a storyline. I remember a year or two ago, I did a video about, a gang war between Warlock and his crew versus the Malones way back in like season 3, was it? Basically, it was around the time that Candace had bought both of those houses in the tow yard, and Benny and Mitch were working at the tow yard, and Warlock showed up, and we really saw the tension between those two. And it was just a matter of, I wonder what's going on. It looks like they had bad blood. Maybe Mitch was in a gang before, and he and Warlock had a bad deal. That's why they had a falling out. But this was before we found out Mitch was a Malone. So I predicted it. It happened, but sadly that gang war was pretty disappointing. It was literally a shootout. Like, what was that old game, Duck Hunting or whatever, where it's almost like, even that seemed more impressive than the shootout we saw at the restaurant. Warlock was killed before he can even draw his weapon, and then the rest of his crew was just shot down. It was just ridiculous. So if it does turn out that Derrick and his crew actually have somewhat of a war with the Malones, I hope that it's done way better than what we got when Warlock and his crew were shot down. And I would love to see it because Derrick, the thing about it is Derrick and his crew of people, they seem way more efficient and level-headed than the hot-headed thugs on the street like, Quincy, Warlock, and those, people in their sides of town. Well, technically Quita's side of town, since Quincy is dead. So, yeah. But all I'm saying is this. I think that it's possible that Derrick will do what he can to track this down. Not to mention with Mitch there telling them what's going on and Derrick right there in earshot, he might get a hold of what's going on, and then start asking questions in regards to talking to his people he used to run with to say what do you know about the Malones and stuff like that. It wouldn't surprise me if Derrick does know about the Malones, but I'm just saying that they're definitely, if they do get involved, they will have to think things through. So I'm looking at that. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below after finding out what happened to Benny. And in this video, I'm just assuming it was a Malone, and maybe Derrick will assume it's a Malone. Mitch will think that it was a Malone. What if it's a situation where maybe in the second episode of season 6, not the first one we're getting, but the second one. You know, in the first one, Mitch is explaining what's going on, and then everybody assumes that the Malones did it. But then in the next episode, or maybe in the cliffhanger, Mitch is calling the Malones, just saying like, man, you didn't have to do Benny like that. And it's like, wait, what are you talking about? He wasn't there at the house when we went. Wait, what? So who was the one that shot him? Which could lead to a new mystery. Was it somebody sent from Jim, Candace? And I already did a video about who shot Benny, so you can check that out if you want to get my theories on who did it and why. But I do feel like it is possible that Derrick might get his forces together in order to attack the Malones. Kind of like Mitch. Remember, Derrick has been living a good life since he got out of jail, not going back to that life he left behind. He even got pissed off at Veronica for making him go back to his old roots. So think about that. And he only went back when it was necessary in order to protect the woman he cared about, which is Hannah. Similar to Mitch, who wants to live a clean life away from his family's business, but he digs into the family when he needed it in order to protect the woman he cared about, which was Candace from Warlock. So you could argue that it might be a situation where Derrick and Mitch's families are going to go at war over Benny. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll talk to you in the next video.